Welcome to the Netherlands, my home country. Once, not long ago, a country with proud citizens, proud to be Dutch. God knows what happened. Suddenly, my beautiful country changed from a democracy into a police state. Not many people saw it coming. Did it start with the installment of hundreds of thousands of surveillance cameras? Was it the moment the government decided that your organs become property of the state the moment you're declared brain dead, just like the Nazis did in World War II? Was it the moment the referendum was abolished and so our voice was no longer heard? Did it start when COVID-19 broke out? Was it the curfew, a Dutch curfew instead of a Nazi curfew not too long ago? Was it the face masks nullifying one's identity, just like they did to the slaves in the old days? Was it the shattering into a million pieces of our constitutional right to demonstrate, when all that was left of it was granted to us through the generosity of our corrupt mayors, the amount of people allowed, the time frame allowed, the exact site allowed? And of course, the obliged social distancing plus the official request to be allowed to demonstrate in the first place? Was it the sudden outbreak of police brutality? The Netherlands seemed to have lost its beautiful mind. Lying politicians, a prime minister nobody wants, yet lord and master for 11 years in a row now. A school teacher, now Minister of Health, Welfare and Sport, lying and suppressing like there's no tomorrow? How is that even possible? Everything got turned around. Those who demonstrate peacefully are now called wappies, conspiracy idiots. Why? For being peaceful? For standing up for one's constitutional rights? What does that have to do with conspiracies? Those who point out the dangerous similarities between the way the Jews were treated in the years leading up to World War II and the way the unvaccinated and unmasked are treated today are now called anti-Semites. Excuse me? Those who were once left-wing political leaders now suppress the people ruthlessly and are part of the cabal they once so despised. Those citizens who had always voted Green Left are now called extreme right and probable terrorists, enemies of the state, simply because of asking critical questions about the things that make me go, Yes, I'm talking about me. This, after all, is my story about my country. And in my story, I wish to talk about my friend Joost. Joost was sexually abused from a very, very young age. Not just by one person, but by many. But Joost is not supposed to talk about it. Not then, not now. He is now 43 years old. When his suppressed memories of the horrors he had endured came to surface, he decided to press charges against his demons. But Joost was not heard. The police refused to let him talk. You see, Joost's demons were VIPs, very important persons. Politicians, doctors. I guess you can say that Joost made the mistake of choosing the wrong violators. And so he wasn't heard. Not even by the police, who were there to serve and protect. After 4 failed attempts to press charges, Joost decided to go public. And that was a big mistake. He named his demons his family doctor, the head of his kindergartens, and the head of the Center for Infectious Disease Control of the RIVM, the National Institute for Public Health and the Environment, sort of like the Dutch CDC. Joost described the horrors he had endured, including being forced to watch as they killed young children. The how and why are too horrific to repeat here. Joost pointed out the absurd amount of suicides in his town, especially within his age group. He kept pleading to be heard, showing the dossier he had put together with eyewitness accounts and much more. But the police kept saying, "You cannot prove your allegations, therefore you have no case." But they never even looked at the dossier. They never let him talk his horrid tale, not even over a cup of coffee. They simply sent him away. This too was all twisted and turned around. The victim became the violator, and the violator became the victim. Joost's bank accounts were blocked. The mainstream media portrayed him on national TV as a crook, a drug addict, and a liar. Character assassination 2.0. Finally, Joost was arrested and is now awaiting his court case and the inevitable verdict of many, many years in prison. Not because he did something wrong, but because he named the wrong names. Those in power, you see, should never be named. My beautiful Netherlands, what has become of you? On the outside you are still so pretty, with your windmills, your tulips. But on the inside, something has gone horribly wrong. Did you know we have a political pedophile party? That our Minister of Justice and Security has stated there is nothing he can do about it, because both the party and their pedophile manual neatly stay within the limits of the law? A manual that describes how to gain a child's trust, how to sexually abuse it, and how to erase DNA traces in order to get away with it? I am not making this up. According to Grapperhaus, everything in that manual is lawful. You see, pictures of adults raping children are illegal, but text describing it is not. According to the law doesn't necessarily mean it's good. Everything the Nazis did to the Jews in World War II was lawful, but it wasn't good. Everything that is happening now worldwide because of COVID, like mandatory vaccinations, are not okay. Not even when the law says otherwise. Excluding people from society is not okay. Medical discrimination is not okay. Not even when the law states otherwise. Many things in my beautiful country are simply not okay. And the worst not okay thing about it is that we are not allowed to talk about it. For when we do, the police knocks on our door for a serious talk. Our social media platforms are taken down. The National Coordinator for Security and Counterterrorism starts an investigation, and our bank accounts will be frozen. We will be prosecuted for slander and for instigating civil disobedience and violence. After all, we are an ultra-conservative conduit for anti-government propaganda, fake news, and conspiracy theories. When people step forward and accuse somebody of rape and murder, they should be heard. Their claims should be investigated. When they use the words, "I am a victim of satanic ritual child abuse," the response should be, "Well, tell us what that means." Not, "That doesn't exist." I am not making this video to say that the men and women Joost named as his demons are guilty. I do not know, for I wasn't there when it happened. What I do know is that Joost has the right to be heard and taken seriously. If you were that family doctor or the head of the Center for Infectious Disease Control of the RIVM, and if you were innocent, wouldn't you say, "Please do investigate this claim. I want my name cleared"? Why is this not happening? Why is the old lady not heard, whose 8-month-old unborn baby was taken from her womb when she was a young woman? Same town, called Bodegraven. She went in hospital pregnant. She came out, baby gone. She got no answers. She is now in her 80s and is still looking for a child that vanished into thin air. She is considered mentally ill. It's all in Joost's dossier, but the police just won't touch it. My heart bleeds when I behold my beautiful Netherlands from afar. I live and work in hiding. What is my crime? Sharing the findings of my research with the world for free, hoping to wake people up to what is happening in the world, exposing the culprits based on hard evidence, hoping to co-create a better world, one that is safe for children no matter where they live. I want a world of love, joy, abundance and freedom. I believe that this is possible. In 2021, that is a crime. Just like saying you don't want the jab, as it's still in an experimental phase, and you don't want to be part of a medical experiment, and it goes against the Nuremberg Code. When you say that, you are called a whoppie, a danger to society. It means the police can now beat the heck out of you and throw you in prison. My beautiful Netherlands, what on earth has become of you? I, Janet Ossebaard, produced the 10-part documentary The Fall of the Cabal. It has been viewed by millions of people across the world. It has been translated into 20 languages. I call upon you all, my friends, to share this video wide and far. We will ask our translators to make it accessible for each and every one of you out there. I call upon you to forward this message to your news outlets, both mainstream media and alternative, all around the world. I call upon you to write letters to the Dutch government in which you demand justice for Joost Knevel. Let them know the world is watching them. Remain correct and polite. But remember, if a world is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, he is obliged to do so. Where we go one, we go all.